Hey there, I'm here to talk to you about some of the new updates to the Serial Port JSON Server. I did a lot of work to build in a new buffering scheme to the Serial Port JSON Server. And so to show it off, I'm going to go ahead and run a Gcode job on that chili pepper logo with this delay set to 5 milliseconds. Now, if you have seen this dialog before, if you've gone into it, I was suggesting a 200 millisecond delay before. And so I'm going to show this at a 5 millisecond delay just so you can see what this looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and run it. You'll notice that I've got a video going through the WebRTC client of the CNC machine itself, so you can see all the lights blinking on the machine. Okay, so here's some of the differences that you'll notice while this job's running. One is there's now these new pull-down menus in the serial port widget to pick a buffer flow algorithm, and that's new. That's not been there before. And when you pick that algorithm, it puts the serial port JSON server into an alternate mode where it delegates the sending and receiving of the serial port to a custom protocol specific for that device itself. And so what that's done, that's also coupled with the fact that you can now queue up to 25,000 lines, Gcode lines, or really serial port commands on the serial port JSON server itself. So that means that the browser can just pound in Gcode lines as quick as it wants without worrying about the throttling going on. And the reason is, and you're maybe catching some of it right now, the reason is that the browser and the WebSocket are really amazing, but that whole round trip I was finding, depending on your network connectivity, could be somewhere around 100 milliseconds of sending and then getting back. And what you really need is more like a 5 millisecond response time to correctly not starve this planner buffer. I'm going to quiet down here as we get to this really crucial part of the Notice how fast that's running. So there's a little bit of lag here as I'm doing the screen recording, but that was really fast. There was no hesitation at all. We got everything completed, and the job is now done running. So pretty good response times. Now, just to give you a comparison of what it used to be at, I'm going to go ahead and put this back to 200 milliseconds, just so you can see how the job ran before. So let's go ahead and re-zero out. Not that we really have to. Okay. So that's re-zeroed out. I'm going to run the job again at the 200 milliseconds. So we'll let that go. A lot of these initial moves are just straight lines, so those were pretty much okay before, but some of these arcs are made up of little pieces, and those will still run fine. Again, sorry about the lag as I'm doing this. I'm also running this CNC machine from Michigan, even though the machine itself is sitting at my house in Seattle. So I have a lot of lag over the internet, over 2 cable modems to run this job, which I would actually say is pretty cool that this is working perfectly. Because if you watch this run, there's no real missteps happening. Okay, so while that's running, I do want to show you, I'm going to pause it really quick. I'm going to show you a quick review of what the server's doing to show you some of the new stuff. So I'm just going to copy that, select all, paste, and then I'll rerun this. I'll re-resume it. Okay, so that's running again. Let's go to the top. So notice that I've got, did I cancel the job? Oh, no, it's unpaused. There we go. I forgot to unpause it over there. Okay, so notice that as an item comes in here, one line of Gcode is sent, This is a new report from the Serial Port JSON Server. It actually tells you how many items are in its queue, what type of item, buffered is the default, and then the actual item itself. We'll see if we can get any lines of code here where there were 2 queued up. We probably won't, because when you're running at 200 milliseconds, you don't get a lot of queuing. No, looks pretty normal. But it tells you when it queues, and then it tells you when it writes. So you get 2 commands back for each Gcode. Unfortunately, right now, you also get back your Gcode command in case you want to match it back up in your code. I'm going to quiet down here and let you see the problem with the 200 millisecond. You'll see how slow it runs as it gets to some of these. Notice that planner buffer is up at 24, 25. It's just getting starved. So that was the real problem before. It's just going way too slow. So that was frustrating me. I wanted to fix it. Again, if you remember when I ran this the first time in this video, this was just screaming fast through this section. And right now, the sending of the Gcode is just barely keeping up with the planner buffer. So these new updates and the new queuing and write responses from the Serial Port JSON server are a pretty big move forward. So we should be good. Enjoy using it. Thanks for watching.